Welcome to Local Presence, the podcast bringing the smiles back to Tendring.
Local Presence is pleased to present to you your hosts,
Ollie Baines
and Joe Webster.
Local Presence is a community podcast looking to share good news in the Tendring area, incorporating fun, laughter and discussion.
Here's what's coming up on today's podcast.
Local news.
Social media update.
We will be chatting to a member of our local community via the mobile phone.
We'll bring you competitions and challenges.
And we're going to bring you a roundup of all the events coming up in the Tendring area.
But first, here's a roundup of the latest news.
Tendring Technology College, Thorpe Campus, held a tea party for elderly members of the community on Wednesday. It was hosted by some of the students, and one of the students, Shani Cantor, told Local Presence it was good fun. People from the community came, we spoke to them, and all sat round eating food in a Christmassy spirit. Sounds great.
Yeah, I'd like to have been there. Elsewhere, Hamford Academy are well on the way to reaching the funds that they wanted for their new library after receiving another donation, this time from a furnishing store in Connaught Avenue. Hamford want to improve their library to give students a better environment to read in. Head teacher Benedict Ashmore-Short says, "We want to inspire them to engage in their reading and to be passionate and enthusiastic readers." Sounds good.
Frinton Squash Club welcomed Two Village School from Harwich and Frinton Primary at the Squash Club competition last Thursday. The afternoon was enjoyed by all, and congratulations to Two Village on their victory in the competition. In the build-up to Christmas, the children from St Andrew's Primary School in Wheeley are raising money for the Children's Society. Each child has been given a pot to fill with money, which will be collected by St Andrew's Church for the Christingle service later this month. This is one of the special things that St Andrew's School are doing. If your school or workplace are doing anything exciting this month ahead of Christmas, please let Local Presence know. We'd love to talk about it on our podcast. Definitely, let us know. A friends group in Clacton-on-Sea have responded to the call from the council to form a new community team to help keep the seafront gardens in tip-top shape. 3 volunteers braved the cold last week and began weeding the flower beds on a cold, drizzly Clacton morning.
Dedication.
Well done to all them.
Speaking of gardens, Local Presence is pleased to introduce to you a member of the Society of Garden Designers, award-winning member, Paul Baines. He's going to give us his top tips for the garden over the winter months.
What have you got for us, Paul?
Well, chaps, I've got 6 good tips for all gardeners for the winter period, and my first tip is this: to plant a few evergreen shrubs that flower and berry in the winter. Now, there's lots of plants you can pick from, but some of my choice shrubs are Mahonia charity, Cotoneaster lacteus, Pyracantha orange glow, and Skimmia Q green. They're all really good varieties, and they'll flower for a long period over the winter. Most of them have berries, which obviously is an added advantage over the winter, but during the spring and summer they obviously have good flower and good leaf texture, shape and form as well. There's also a really nice winter flowering cherry tree called Prunus subhutella autumnalis, and that will flower from about November time right through to February, so it's a great tree to have in a small garden.
Can I just ask, do you make these names up?
Of course I don't make these names up.
It sounds like you do.
No. Another good shrub to pick, another variety of shrubs, are the coloured stem dogwoods. They come from the Cornus family, and a really good one is Cornus alba sibirica, which has fabulous crimson red stems. Looks spectacular during the winter months. My second tip is to leave the dye back on woody perennials such as asters, heleniums and rudbeckias, because they provide food for the birds with their seed heads, and the old stems will protect the base of the plant during the worst of the winter weather. Third tip, why not plant a few winter flowering bulbs and perennials such as snowdrops, winter aconites, Iris reticulata and hellebores. Put them in pots and put them up by the house so you can enjoy them from indoors.
I like snowdrops.
If you want to be out in the garden and try and keep warm, why not think about digging over and preparing new borders and beds, incorporating lots of organic matter to improve the soil structure. And another tip really is to try and keep off the border during very wet weather, because it compacts the soil, especially if you garden on heavy clay. And it will actually ruin the structure if you don't keep off it. Once you've dug your borders over, you can let the frost get into them, and any large clods will break down when we have some frosts, which I think are yet to come. And finally, winter's a good time to clean up, repair and service your garden tools and machinery. Tidy sheds and clean pots in readiness for the forthcoming spring, which won't be too far away now.
He's laughing. I got the giggles.
He's laughing.
Thank you so much. Top tips. There you have it.
What's your favourite plant?
Oh, that's a difficult one because there are so many wonderful plants.
What's your favourite winter?
Winter plant. I do like the dogwoods, the cornus with the coloured stems. They are great. What? Sorry, what is what?
What is it?
What is it?
What does it look like?
Cornus are shrubs. You'll see them. You might see them planted on roundabouts actually, because they do tend to use them in sort of municipal planting. But they also look good in the garden. But the dogwoods have these lovely red, orange, or brown stems, and they look spectacular in the winter light. So if you've got a garden, and they particularly like sort of wetter, more boggy soils. Very successful.
Do you like winter?
Yes.
Do you like winter as a garden designer?
I like every season.
Do you like winter as a garden designer?
More challenging.
Well, it is more challenging, but from my point of view, it doesn't really affect what I do because I'm indoors working on a drawing board most of the time. Although I do get out on site, I am indoors for a good bit of the time. I think it's more difficult for contractors and garden builders to be outside in all weathers building gardens, but the winter time is a good time to build your garden, and it's a good time for planting. The planting season really kicks off in October and runs through till about March, April time. So yes, winter is a good time for gardening really, although you might not want to be out in it when it's very, very cold. But if you plant in the autumn, if you plant sort of October, November time, it gives plants a chance to get their roots down before the sort of forthcoming spring.
Excellent.
Exclusive tips there from
Thank you so
MSGD award-winning garden designer Paul Baines. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We move on to our social media update for you. Couple of exciting stories.
Definitely. Helen Churchill, who's been a regular feature on Local Presence in the last few weeks, has told us on our Facebook page that she has some good news to tell. And she said, "My mobile phone works after I dropped it down the loo, lol, just as though I hadn't used the loo."
It is just as well.
Could have been a bit messy
That
there.
would have been a write-off. Can't you? Yeah. Anyway, Tom Locke also posted his good news on Facebook. He says that the co-op at the Triangle in Frinton are selling low-cal 4-packs of Monster for £3.50 and regular for £5.49. He says, "I'm both saving money and having 240 less calories when I need a pickup now." I don't know whether that's good news or not. I'm not sure about these drinks.
No, I'm not a big fan, but
it's good news to Tom.
If he's saving money,
Yeah, saving money, having less calories.
happy days. All
Could be
for
worse.
some. Yeah, it could be. We've come on to our next feature, which is the Did You Know, where we tell you a fact about the Tendring area. And Joe has got our Did You Know fact for this week.
I certainly have. This is a good one. Did you know that in an area of woodland in Furze Hills in Mistley grows an ancient English oak tree called Old Knobbley? It is believed that he could be up to 800 years old.
800 years old.
That is old. That is an old oak tree.
Old Knobbley.
And Old Knobbley actually has his own website, I found.
Does he?
Yeah. If you type him into Google, I think it's the first hit down.
What is it,
oldknobbley.com?
oldknobbley.com?
I think it was .uk.
Oh, okay.
He's not world renowned.
Oh, okay.
But he is renowned. Oh, actually, I've still got it open. Oldknobbley.com. Oh, it was .com.
Ah,
It is
he's
international.
world renowned.
He's world renowned.
Old Knobbley.
There you
Brilliant.
go.
Great stuff. It's time for our competition and challenges. So last week we posted up a picture, Where Are We?
Oh, yeah.
I was featuring in it apparently. I didn't know.
Yep. Starring role. And congratulations to Bethan Phillips,
Well done, Bethan.
who worked out where we were. Although it seems that she had the help from her 2 daughters on that one.
Yeah, she did admit it there as well.
Yeah, we were in the ye old sweet shop.
We were in Frinton.
Yeah.
Someone asked if it was Dovercourt.
There's one in Dovercourt.
And apparently the same guy works there. So he must get around quite a bit.
So there you go. We could have been in either. We were in Frinton on that occasion. Yeah, getting pick a mix. That was good.
It was very, very good. And this week we have another Where Are We challenge and another picture for you. We'll be posting it up on our social media pages on Facebook and Twitter, so you can check that out along with this podcast. If you think you know where we are, just comment below, and it could be you featuring on our next podcast. It's now time for our events roundup.
Firstly, The Sleeping Beauty, a traditional family panto, is on at Kingsway Hall in Dovercourt next weekend. It'll be showing Friday till Sunday. Check out dovercourttheatregroup.co.uk for more info on that show.
Bake Off. Not quite the Great British one, but instead a musical by Mad About Theatre is coming to Clacton County High School on Saturday the 13th of December in aid of St Helena Hospice. Check it out.
And there are also 2 community carol concerts taking place next Sunday. One's in Holland and the other's in Clacton. If you want more info on those, so you can go to the one nearest to you, check out the Tendring District Council's What's On page to find out more.
It's time, Joe. It's time to phone a friend.
Ah, brilliant. Who are we calling today, Ollie? Your phone is at the ready.
It is. I'm just trying to search for...
Trying to find...
I hope I still have a...
Ooh.
Do you know what? I don't have a contact.
What?
Actually, I do.
Oh.
That was a scary moment.
Have you got the questions for her?
No.
Is she coming on the line?
She is coming on the line. Come on, Claire.
So she used to live around here?
Yeah, she used to live around here. And she's back for a visit to see some old friends.
Hello, Ollie Baines.
Hello, Claire Lumen. How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Very well. Claire, you're live on Local Presence. Joe's here as well.
Hello, Claire.
Hi.
We hear you're back in the local area, so we thought we'd give you a ring and see how you're doing, Claire.
I'm doing really well. I'm actually in the Massey household at the moment.
Are you?
Oh.
I am, yes.
Have you got a free moment to chat to us?
Yes, I have. Yes, I'm going out to dinner in a minute. So
We know, we've heard.
Yeah.
So, Claire, quick question.
I'm live on Local Presence, I have you know.
She's telling everyone. Claire, do you have any good news you'd like to share?
Any good news? I don't know. You've kind of put me on the...
I know it is a bit of pressure. If it comes back to you, let us know.
I will do.
Okay. But what we're going to do now is, Claire, when we phone someone up for this part of our podcast, we give them like a fast question round, okay? And Joe's going to present you the questions, okay? So there's no score, no right or wrong answer, just a quick fire round, and you just got to just pick one or the other. So I'm going to hand you over to Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Claire. I've got the questions for you here.
Webster, go for it.
Okay. Bungee jumping or skydiving?
Skydiving.
Italian or Indian?
Indian.
Frinton Free Church or Cranham Baptist Church?
Oh.
That's not fair. Cranham Baptist Church.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, Claire.
1 p.m. or 1 a.m.?
So 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.?
Yep.
1 p.m.
Adele or Adele?
What?
Adele, the singer, or Adele, a computer?
Adele.
Which one?
Which one? Is that the singer?
I loved it.
Yeah. Where's my last question? I had one. Oh, local or presents?
Local or present?
Yep.
Local.
Local. That's good. Okay.
Just gonna top up your score.
Tally the scores there now.
Let's have a look. Yeah, you got 2 there, Claire. 2 right, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Not that great, but you've equalled everyone else so far, which doesn't come as much as a surprise.
You're just making up as you go along, really, aren't you?
No.
How dare you?
Claire, before we depart, have you got anything you'd like to share with Local Presence? Either good news or,
Anything from
Anything.
Tendring District?
to listen to? Anything you'd like?
Well, I loved my time when I lived in Brinton. It is the best place in the world, apart from Cranham. Yeah, it's fantastic. And Joe and Ollie are the most amazing people in the whole of the world, let alone Tendring.
You shouldn't have.
We'll pay you later, Claire.
Thank you.
Claire, thanks so much for coming on, and we hope you have a great evening tonight.
Thank you, lovelies.
You deserve it.
See you, Claire.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. That was excellent.
Enjoyed that.
Love
nice
Claire
to catch
Lumen.
up with old friends.
Yeah. I'm glad she's back.
Yeah.
Just for a little while, just to see some old friends. Good old Claire Lumen. Just before we conclude our podcast this week, a reminder, please do send in your pictures of Christmas decorations in your area. We'd love to see as many Christmassy pictures of the Tendring district.
We would indeed. It just helps get everyone in the Christmas spirit and see different parts of Tendring. Okay, well that about rounds up our time together this week.
Just a few thank yous before we go. A big thank you to Paul Baines for coming on the podcast and sharing his top tips for the winter garden.
Thank you to Claire Lumen for being our phone a friend, highly entertaining.
Brilliant, as always. And a thank you to your host. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Ollie. Thanks for listening.
Cue the music.